So hey guys, and welcome to the second Warframe video today. Isn't that wonderful? 2 Warframe videos in one day? Yes, it is. So this time around, I want to check out the Vacuum Within update. So first up, we have a new skin for the Djinn Sentinel. This is the Orokin skin, or the pre-infested version of the Djinn, and it looks bloody amazing. I love the little scarf and how all the attachments connect to it. I've already created an edgelord version that goes really well with my edgelord Necros, and I love it. Then we got a new cosmetic armor set called the Ghazal armor set. It has a chest piece, shoulder plates, and leg plates as well. It looks pretty damn awesome, and it goes once again really well with my edgelord Necros. Look at that, it fits right in. Then we got a new machete called the Ghazal machete, which right now is the best machete in the game. It is blood rush body count viable because it has 10% crit chance, it has 25% status chance, so you can build it for status as well, and overall it's just pretty damn cool. Although as far as melee weapons go, the base damage isn't very good. The cool thing about this weapon is that it synergizes with the Djinn Sentinel, which is something that we've never seen before. So every time you kill an enemy with the Ghazal machete, it will add bonus corrosive damage to the next fatal attraction your Djinn Sentinel casts. And in return, every time your Djinn Sentinel casts Fatal Attraction, it will give you bonus corrosive damage for a short period of time. And you may be asking, well, why aren't you showing that on the screen right now? That would be so cool. No, it wouldn't. You can't see it. It just happens passively, unfortunately. It is not the most exciting of synergies. Now, of course, the biggest change with this update is that Carrier lost his vacuum, and it was given to all Sentinels, albeit with only 6-meter radius, which is much smaller than the original vacuum that we had on Carrier. And Carrier was given a new ability that basically works like ammo mutation, but also increases your maximum ammo. And personally, I think this is a brilliant change, and I love it. I love it. Some people don't, and I will get to this a little bit later, but I really like having vacuum on all the Sentinels. 6 meters isn't the biggest radius, but it's good enough. You sort of go in the vague direction of a resource, and you will pick it up. And I absolutely love having ammo mutation on Carrier, even though it's not as good as the ammo mutation mod. Because some weapons are just a little bit too ammo hungry, but they also need a lot of help with damage mods. And in that case, that weapon was just not really viable because it wasn't doing too much damage to begin with, and you would sacrifice one mod slot for ammo mutation. I can finally enjoy the Amprex again because it wasn't too good to begin with, it was nerfed a little bit, and on top of that you were sacrificing a mod slot for ammo mutation, but with Carrier Prime you don't need the ammo mutation. Now, there are 2 issues that people have with this update. The first one is the vacuum not being given to Kubraus and Kavats, which is fine, because once you give vacuum to Kubraus and Kavats, there is literally no reason to run a Sentinel. Because, well, Sentinels can die, and Kubraus and Kavats can be revived indefinitely. So that would tilt the scales and create another problem by fixing an old problem. And the second problem is that Carrier Prime is still the tankiest Sentinel, so if you're doing higher level content, you will take Carrier Prime because he's not as likely to die as the other Sentinels. And while I understand that this may be somewhat of an issue right now, even though some of the other Sentinels are still pretty beefy even when compared with Carrier Prime, they cannot buff the other Sentinels to match Carrier Prime, because then their primed version would either have to be ridiculously overpowered or underwhelming when compared to the upgrade we got from Carrier to Carrier Prime. So what I think they're gonna do is when they release the next primed Warframe, which I do believe is gonna be Banshee, they're simply gonna prime another Sentinel with her and make that Sentinel competitive with Carrier Prime. Then they're going to prime another Warframe, which I do believe is supposed to be Valkyr, and they're once again going to prime a Sentinel with her and make that Sentinel competitive with Carrier Prime. Now take this with a pinch of salt because I don't know if they're going to do this, but this is what I think they are going for. And it's also why I'm not freaking out over this, because it makes logical sense, right? They make all the Sentinels viable, and then they can prime the Sentinels that people would otherwise never use, so we can have some variety in our companions instead of just running Carrier Prime all the time. And don't quote me on this, by the way, but I wouldn't be surprised if Barraketeer brought something Sentinel-related tomorrow as well. And that's pretty much it for the video, so I will make a full quick look and build video for the new machete on Sunday. I thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.